Here is the SIG ticket for SIG test problem number 7. If you want a fourth attempt, complete this ditto and bring it into class. All right. Proving two triangles are congruent. Now, you'll notice that there's a big hint up here that one of the ways that triangles can be congruent is because they have three sides that are the same. Let me go ahead and throw up the 5 reasons you might have that the triangles might be congruent on this ditto and have those at our disposal. Starting with the side, moving on to the side, angle, angle, the angle, angle, side, which some of you might write backwards, and that's okay. And the 5th one, hypotenuse, leg. So those are the 5 reasons that might go next to the word by here if we can prove that the triangles are congruent. So we got some given information here. We've got a side and a side. Those guys are the same on these two triangles. Triangle NOP, that's the one that's given to you. We're trying to prove this triangle here is the same as this one here. We've got these corner angles are the same, so that's a good start. And some of you may notice that this side right here is the same. They share this side, which means it has to be the same on both triangles. Now, I see an angle and a side, and some of you automatically go to this guy right here, side, angle, side, because you see two sides and an angle. But be careful, we have to go in order. So if you were to start, say, at N and work clockwise, you've got an angle, and then you get to this side, and then we've got a blank angle here, and then we get to this side. And if I wrote that out, that's a bad one. That's not one of the 5 that we are allowed to have. And in fact, if you wrote it backwards, that's still not one of the 5 that we're allowed to have. So this is one of the bad ones, angle, side, side, or side, side, angle. We don't know any other information here, so this one is one of the traps. This one is not congruent. Be sure not to write the name of the other triangle here. If this triangle was N to O to P, somebody might write E to O to P right there, and then write not congruent. I have to mark it wrong if you put anything right there, because this statement says that those two triangles are congruent. So make sure you don't accidentally put something there and write not congruent. Those are contradictory statements. All right, let's head over here to B. We have a triangle up here that's marked, triangle YES, and this triangle here is also marked. So they've got 2 marks that have sides already. So we've got 2 S's, if you will, a side and a side, and that side and that side. Here's the other thing that I hope you see. This triangle running right through the middle is shared on both triangles. So it's the same also, which means this triangle and this triangle have the 3 exact same sides, and if they do, they are congruent triangles. Reason? All 3 sides are the same. That's side, side, side. So now we just have to make sure we name it correctly. Starting with Y and heading to E, which is what the first 2 letters are here, is the same as what on this triangle? Well, if you kind of twisted this around and overlapped it, it would be starting at S and heading to A. Those are the same directions on the triangles, if they were overlapped, if you will. So that's S to A, which means Y is our 3rd and final letter. And that's it. Let's go ahead and do B. That wasn't that bad. All right. Now, big hint, big clue to look out for. The only way you can use HL, which is hypotenuse leg, is if you have 2 triangles that have right angles, which these do. It doesn't mean it has to be hypotenuse leg. It just means it could be. So be careful there. I see we've got a tick mark here and a tick mark here, so these 2 sides are the same. And again, for the 3rd time in a row, the 2 triangles share a line going across it. So I've got a corner angle that's right. I've got a side and a side, and now this side. And if you notice, in one of those triangles, that side right there, that long side, is the hypotenuse. That means the other 2 sides are the legs. Because we have a hypotenuse and a leg that's the same on both triangles. We have HL congruency. So those two triangles are congruent because they have a hypotenuse and a leg, and they have that right angle there. That's the crucial part. So now we just got to name it properly. If we go from A to T on this triangle is the same as what on this triangle? Well, that's the same as going from J to E. Remember, A starts at the right angle, so J has to start at the right angle. Then we head up to E and finally conclude back at T. So those two triangles are congruent. And let's go ahead and do D while we're here. This is the first time we haven't had lines that are the same. You're going to recognize this angle right here is the same as this guy right here. I hope you do. Those are called vertical angles. And I'm going to use tick marks here since I've already got the arcs in the corners here. I don't want to call those the same. So, looks like we've already got 3 marks. I've got an angle in the corner, then a side right here, and then another angle in the corner. And since you have to go in order, angle, side, angle, those triangles are congruent. That's one of our 5, angle, side, angle. Now we just got to name it properly. This guy here starts at S and goes to U. Well, S is here and it goes to U. So S is an angle that doesn't have anything on it. That's the same as T over here. That's an angle that doesn't have anything on it. Then it goes to U. U is where the arc was. Here's the arc on the other triangle. So we're going to go from T to A. And then finally finish up at N. All right. Hopefully that wasn't bad. Looks like you have 2 more to do, E and F. Complete all these, bring those in, earn your 4th try, and get a good score. Excellent. Good luck.